Hi everyone, it's Fitz with the Postgame Walk Talk. Kansas State loses to Oklahoma to end the regular season 78-71. In all likelihood, Bruce Weber's last game inside Bramlage. We'll see what happens, see what the timetable is as we move forward. The radio affiliates had been notified that they probably wouldn't play a game on Monday if they lost this game. They now have to play Wednesday in Kansas City. The only way they're going to see any postseason is by winning the Big 12 tournament, so that is an extremely long shot. But they will play West Virginia in the lone play-in game, the lone first-round game, on Wednesday at 7 p.m. at T-Mobile. The winner advances to play the top seed on Thursday at 3. So the upside for K-State fans is they got out of the night bracket, so you can enjoy the night down in P&L if you choose to go, and they do advance. This was a frustrating game. First of all, these two teams are really evenly matched. But the fact that Oklahoma took both of these games has got to be really frustrating for Weber, because his team does match up fairly well with the Sooners. But the Sooners were more motivated in this game for whatever reason. And they did a great job, along with Bruce Weber, of shutting down Nigel Pack. Foul trouble limited Nigel to 24 minutes of action, 10 points, I think. But he really spent a lot of time on the bench when they probably needed him on the floor. So he never fouled out. So another one of those things I question about how long sometimes Coach Weber leaves a guy in foul trouble on the bench when he really needs him on the floor. But the Sooners did do a good job of bottling him up for the most part. The two scholarship seniors were spectacular. Mark Smith, Mike McGurl. Let's see here. Mike ended up with 21, Mark with 22. Just a fabulous, fabulous performance by both of those guys as they go out on their senior night. The big stat, though, was 37-22 was K-State lost the rebounding margin to the Sooners. So it was really kind of typical of what this team has struggled with all season. Too many second chance points for the opponent. In fact, Oklahoma amazingly only outscored K-State 12-8 on second chance points, despite the fact that they had so many offensive rebounds in this game, 9. So it was a very common thing we saw all season with a team that, unlike most Weber teams, this team did not really know how to rebound and get that done. K-State is 14-16. They finished 6-12. Interesting that over the last 3 seasons, they've won 13 Big 12 games, and in both of his Big 12 title seasons, the team won 14 in that one season. So that shows that kind of the dire straits that the program sits in as we wrap up this season. If they lose to West Virginia, they're done. They're going to have to basically get to the championship game to, end the season at 500. And then if they win the championship game in Kansas City, they go to the NCAA tournament. It ain't happening, but that's just where it is. They're in all likelihood going to finish the season with a losing record, which I find really disappointing. I didn't see that coming necessarily, but that's just the way this season has spiraled out of control for the Wildcats, because there was just strung together losses here. You can't finish your season with back-to-back home losses. You've got to protect the home court. It was exactly what they couldn't do, was lose these games at home. And they lost 2 out of 3 to end the season and really shot themselves in the foot. Not much to break down from this game, honestly. This was one of those games where Oklahoma and K-State traded punches, and Oklahoma was the better team down the stretch. Kind of a controversial call that I was really hoping that Bruce Weber would get teed up, try to fire up the crowd and his team. He didn't. It was I don't know. I just don't know. Follow us along into Kansas City. We will cover this team till the very end of the season. And when the coaching search happens, make sure you're subscribing to GoPowercat.com.